Basically, demography is very predictable. So if we run these models, we can see really what's likely to happen in ethnocultural terms in these 4 countries. So if we take the US case first, about 85% of the United States was what's called non-Hispanic white in 1960. And it goes from 85% to, this was 2017, about 62%. So there's been a significant drop of 20 points between 1965 and 2017. If you just look at the under 5 population of the US, it's already majority minority, or it's about 50-50. So we already can project, okay, if we move ahead to 2050, that under 5 population is going to be the average voter. We're going to be around 50% in the United States, 50% white, from a position of 85% white. That's a major change that we've seen in the largest Western country. The trend by the 2050 is we're going to have a number of countries. Most of these countries are going to be around 50% white, and from a position where they were pretty much 85, 90, 95, 90, even 99% white in 1965. So big, big shift. In Europe, that's going to be a bit more delayed, but not that much more delayed, and it depends on your assumptions around immigration levels. This is just England and Wales, a projection that I did with a demographer. The 50% point is kind of like at the end of the century, but that assumed the birth rates that obtained at the time. We were using the 2011 census numbers, and the birth rate in England and Wales was actually reasonably high. It was like around 1.9 or 1.8. It was relatively high. It's dropped substantially in the last 3-4 years, 5 years. It's now about 1.5. So it's really gone down, and that's just going to bring all of these curves down. And these are just different immigration levels, 350 a year. That's the most we thought was likely. Britain's just had around 700,000 immigrants, net migrants. So these probably will have to be revised. Depending on where the immigration numbers are, that will speed up the flow. But if we're talking about long-term, birth rates are more important in the long run. Birth rate differences between groups are more important in driving this in the long run. Immigration is much more important in the short run.